Have you ever wondered how masturbation impacts the lives of elderly individuals? In this video, we'll explore the physical and emotional effects of this intimate practice in later life. We'll debunk common myths, reveal the benefits, and discuss the potential challenges that come with maintaining sexual health. As we age, stay with us until the end to gain valuable insights that can enhance your well-being or support your loved ones in navigating their journey towards a fulfilling and balanced life. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now let's begin. As we age, it becomes increasingly important to consider how various activities influence our overall well-being, both physically and emotionally. One such activity that often flies under the radar and discussions of elderly health is masturbation for many. The idea of self-pleasure in old age may seem unnecessary, even taboo, but if we take a closer look, we can see that this practice holds significant meaning in benefits for individuals as the VIN progress through the later stages of life. In this exploration, we're going to shed light on how masturbation can affect the physical and emotional well-being of elderly individuals, dismantle the myths surrounding pleasure in old age, and discover the reality of how this intimate act can influence their lives both positively and what is masturbation negatively. This discussion is especially aimed at adults who are navigating the second half of their lives, a time when the body undergoes significant changes and emotional perspective shift. While it's easy to dismiss topics like masturbation is something reserved for the young, the truth is that sexuality and the desire for intimacy don't simply disappear as we age. Masturbation is a natural, healthy expression of one's sexuality, and it has the potential to bring not only physical pleasure but also emotional relief at any stage in life. This isn't just about pleasure for the sake of pleasure. It's about maintaining a deep, ongoing connection to oneself in a way that nourishes the mind and body. Let's first address the core of masturbation at its essence. It is an act that allows individuals to explore their bodies, relieve stress, and experience pleasure. For some, it's a form of relaxation. For others, it's a way to assert independence and self-sufficiency, especially in old age when many aspects of life may feel like they're slipping out of control. In youth, masturbation is often accompanied by curiosity, experimentation, and societal expectations. But as we grow older, it transforms in old age. This practice can take on a new meaning, becoming less about performance and more about personal fulfillment, comfort, and self-discovery. It becomes a private sanctuary moment where the individual is in complete control, free from any external demands or expectations. As the body ages, it naturally undergoes changes that can affect sexual function and desire. Hormonal shifts, particularly the decrease in testosterone and estrogen levels, can significantly impact how frequently and intensely older adults experience sexual desire. It's common to think that these changes mark the end of one's sexual life, but this is far from the truth. While the frequency of sexual desire may decrease, the capacity for pleasure remains. Masturbation may become even more important in later life, as it provides a way to explore new sensations and adapt to the evolving body. And the act of self-pleasure allows individuals to stay in touch with their bodies, maintain a sense of connection, and continue experiencing physical and emotional satisfaction on their terms. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. One of the major advantages of masturbation in old age is that it allows people to engage with their sexuality without the societal pressures that often accompany partnered sex in youth. Sexual experiences are often laden with expectations about performance frequency and even desirability. However, as one ages, these benefits of masturbation pressures tend to fall away, leaving room for a more personal, intimate connection with oneself. Masturbation then becomes a way to focus purely on one's pleasure, without the need to meet anyone else's expectations. It can be liberating, offering a safe space to explore one's own needs and desires in a completely judgment-free zone. From a medical standpoint, the benefits of masturbation are well documented. Especially for older adults, regular self-stimulation has been shown to maintain healthy blood circulation in the genital area, which is crucial for preventing tissue atrophy, a common issue as the body ages, and certain functions decline, and maintaining the circulation helps to keep the tissues healthy and functioning, which in turn can enhance sexual pleasure and sensitivity. This physical benefit is often overlooked, but it's an essential aspect of overall health and well-being. In later years, emotionally, the benefits of masturbation can be just as profound. Engaging in self-pleasure releases endorphins, those incredible happiness hormones that naturally elevate mood, reduce stress, and promote feelings of relaxation and well-being for older adults who may be dealing with the emotional challenges of aging, such as loneliness, anxiety, or the loss of a partner. These moments of self-care can be vital. The act of releasing tension and boosting mood through self-stimulation can contribute to a more positive outlook on life, helping individuals feel more at peace with themselves and their circumstances. It's also worth noting that masturbation in old age can foster a sense of control and autonomy over one's body. As we age, we often face the reality of losing some degree of independence, whether due to health issues, mobility limitations, or the need for assistance in daily activities. Masturbation can provide a comforting sense of ownership over one's body, a reminder that certain aspects of life and pleasure remain within reach, no matter what else may change. This sense of autonomy is deeply empowering and can contribute to an overall sense of well-being and self-confidence. In my personal opinion, society places too much emphasis on youth when it comes to sexual pleasure, often overlooking the fact that older adults are just as entitled to experience joy, intimacy, and connection as anyone else. The idea that sexual pleasure has an expiration date is not only outdated but harmful, as it perpetuates feelings of shame and guilt around natural desires by embracing masturbation as a healthy and normal part of life. At any age, we can help shift the conversation, allowing older individuals to feel more comfortable exploring their bodies and their desires without fear of judgment. There is something beautiful and deeply human about the act of self-pleasure in old age. It speaks to the resilience of the human spirit, the desire to find joy in connection with oneself, even in the face of life's many challenges. It's a physical and psychological benefits reminder that pleasure in all its forms is not reserved for the young, but is a lifelong pursuit that can bring comfort, healing, and happiness as we rethink aging and what it means to grow older. We must also rethink how we talk about sexuality. Masturbation, far from being a frivolous or shameful activity, is an important aspect of physical and emotional health that allows us to stay in tune with our bodies, to celebrate our capacity for pleasure, and to find solace in moments of quiet connection with ourselves. In this way, masturbation can be seen not just as a physical act but as a form of self-care, a practice that honors the body and all it is capable of, no matter our age. Ultimately, whether or not one chooses to engage in masturbation during their later years is a personal decision. But by opening up this conversation, we create a space for older individuals to feel empowered in their choices, reclaim their right to pleasure, and embrace their bodies with love, compassion, and acceptance. Pleasure doesn't have an expiration date. It simply evolves just like we do. As we dive deeper into the topic of masturbation and its impact on elderly individuals, it's essential to highlight the profound physical and psychological benefits. It can offer one of the most immediate physical benefits that older people experience from regular self-pleasure is relief, which directly contributes to better sleep quality. A crucial factor for maintaining overall health and well-being at this stage of life. Sleep plays a fundamental role in the body's ability to heal, restore energy and regulate emotions, all of which become even more important as we age. For many older adults, the soothing release that comes with masturbation can make the difference between restless nights and the deep restored to sleep that is essential for maintaining vitality and mental clarity. But beyond the physical aspect, masturbation has significant psychological benefits as well. One of the most beautiful and often overlooked aspects of self-pleasure is how it fosters self-knowledge. Engaging in masturbation can provide a deeper understanding of one's body and desires, which is empowering at any age, but perhaps even more so in old age. As people age, they often face a sense of losing control over their bodies, whether it's due to illness, diminished physical capabilities, or societal views that associate aging with decline. Masturbation offers a way to reclaim some of that control, allowing elderly individuals to reconnect with themselves on an intimate level. For many older adults, the body becomes a source of frustration, leading to diminished self-esteem. Limitations of masturbation. However, through the act of masturbation, they can rediscover a positive relationship with their body, experiencing it as a source of pleasure rather than pain or limitation. This process reinforces a sense of self-worth and bolsters self-esteem, which can significantly impact how they view themselves in the world. Aging does not have to mean relinquishing ownership of one's body or one's right to experience pleasure, and masturbation can be a reminder of that fundamental truth. However, like any activity that brings joy and relief, it is important to approach masturbation with balance. While it offers numerous benefits, it can become problematic if practiced excessively or compulsively. Especially in older age, constant or excessive masturbation may lead to unintended physical consequences. For instance, overstimulation of the genital nerves can result in hypersensitivity. Although this isn't a permanent issue, it can temporarily decrease sensation, making it more difficult to achieve the same level of pleasure. This phenomenon could lead to frustration, as individuals find themselves needing increasingly intense stimulation to reach satisfaction, which may in turn cause anxiety. The true impact of excessive masturbation, however, often extends far beyond the physical. In my practice, I've seen how, for some elderly individuals, masturbation becomes a kind of emotional escape. Aging can be a deeply emotional experience, one that often brings with it feelings of loneliness, anxiety, or even depression, particularly when social or family connections begin to weaken. In these situations, masturbation can offer a much-needed break from these negative emotions, providing temporary comfort and a sense of release. But when it becomes the sole source of emotional relief, it can lead to a concerning cycle of isolation rather than seeking out companionship. Emotional support or affection from others, individuals may increasingly retreat into the solitary practice of self-stimulation. While masturbation and moderation is healthy, when it becomes a primary coping mechanism, it risks further disconnecting the individual from the world around them. Social isolation is already a significant concern for the elderly, and when self-pleasure becomes the primary or only source of comfort, it can reinforce that sense of isolation, preventing them from reaching out for meaningful human connection. It's essential to remember that the desire for connection, whether physical, emotional, or social, remains strong in older adults, just as it does in azan to masturbation, can be a healthy and empowering way to maintain a connection with one's own body and emotions. But it shouldn't retell a vital need for interpersonal relationships. Human beings are inherently social creatures, and no matter our age, we thrive on connection, love and support from others. In my view, masturbation can be a wonderful tool for self-care, healing and maintaining a positive relationship with the body as we age. It provides a safe space for older individuals to continue experiencing pleasure and intimacy on their terms. However, balance is key. Masturbation should be part of a broader spectrum of self-care practices that include maintaining social connections, emotional well-being and physical health. By approaching this aspect of life with mindfulness and moderation, older individuals can enjoy its many benefits without falling into patterns that may lead to emotional withdrawal or physical discomfort. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. Medical studies on masturbation in old age consistently highlight that in moderation, self-stimulation is not harmful and can even provide numerous benefits. However, like any habitual activity, excessive masturbation may lead to certain physical, emotional and social challenges. From a clinical standpoint, masturbation itself is not inherently damaging, but its excess, particularly when it becomes compulsive, has side effects that affect the overall quality of life in elderly individuals. One of the most common concerns highlighted in medical literature is the potential for physical and mental fatigue that arises from constant masturbation as people age. Their energy reserves naturally decrease, and activities that demand significant physical or emotional investment can drain their daily energy when masturbation is practiced excessively. It can lead to feelings of lethargy or exhaustion, making it harder for elderly individuals to remain active in other critical areas of their lives. This is particularly concerning because regular physical activity, such as walking, strength training, or cardiovascular exercises, is essential for maintaining mobility, balance, and heart health in old age. If excessive masturbation reduces motivation to engage in these important activities, it could contribute to a disparity. Studies also point to the social and interpersonal impacts of excessive masturbation, especially for elderly individuals who are in relationships. While it is true that many elderly individuals live alone and may use masturbation as a means to fulfill their sexual needs, those with partners might encounter difficulties. Excessive self-stimulation can sometimes interfere with shared intimacy in a relationship. In some cases, frequent masturbation replaces the pursuit of sexual or emotional closeness with a partner, creating distance between the couple. This physical and emotional gap can weaken the bond that partners share, making it harder to maintain a healthy and fulfilling relationship. Balance is key. While masturbation can be a personal form of self-care, it should not overshadow or replace the intimate connections that couples build together, particularly in later life, when shared companionship and physical touch are essential components of a fulfilling relationship emotionally and psychologically. Logically, the effects of excessive masturbation can be complex, particularly in individuals who grew up in more conservative or restrictive environments where sexuality was stigmatized. In my experience, many elderly individuals who engage in masturbation may find themselves torn between pleasure and a sense of guilt or shame. This inner conflict stems from cultural or religious beliefs that equate self-stimulation with something sinful or embarrassing. Particularly for older adults, these feelings can contribute to negative emotional states such as anxiety, low self-esteem, or even depression, all of which may compromise emotional well-being for individuals struggling with these emotions. It's important to remember that sexuality is a natural, unhealthy aspect of life at any age, and there should be no shame in experiencing pleasure whether alone or with a partner. The psychological effects of excessive masturbation can also include feelings of isolation, especially if masturbation becomes a means of avoiding social interaction or emotional vulnerability. For some elderly individuals, self-stimulation may become an emotional escape, a way to avoid dealing with loneliness, grief, or other negative emotions. Or masturbation can provide temporary relief from these feelings. It is crucial not to let it become a substitute for meaningful social connections or emotional support. Excessive reliance on masturbation as a coping mechanism can lead to deeper feelings of isolation, as individuals may retreat further into themselves, avoiding opportunities for companionship, affection, and genuine human contact. In these cases, therapy or counseling can be highly beneficial by addressing the underlying emotional issues such as guilt, shame, or loneliness. Individuals can develop healthier attitudes toward their sexuality and find more balanced ways to fulfill their emotional and sexual needs. And talking to a therapist or confiding in loved ones can help alleviate the emotional burdens associated with excessive masturbation, and can also encourage more positive, fulfilling interpersonal connections. When discussing masturbation in old age, it is important to address some of the myths and misconceptions that often surround this topic. One of the most persistent myths is the belief that masturbation can lead to long-term physical damage or negatively affect the aging process. Fortunately, medical studies have found no evidence to support these claims. There is no scientific basis for the idea that masturbation damages the sexual organs, causes premature aging, or leads to severe sexual dysfunctions later in life. For example, prostate health is often a concern for older men, and there have been myths linking frequent masturbation to prostate cancer or other serious conditions. However, research has shown that there is no direct relationship between masturbation and increased risk of prostate cancer. Some studies suggest that regular ejaculation, whether through intercourse or masturbation, may have a protective effect on the prostate by helping to flush out potentially harmful substances. The key takeaway here is that masturbation does not harm the body or increase the likelihood of developing major illnesses, provided it is practiced in moderation. Another common myth is the belief that masturbation leads to sexual dysfunction in old age, while excessive masturbation can cause temporary discomfort or hypersensitivity. Especially when it comes to overstimulation of the G nerves, there's no evidence to suggest that it causes lasting sexual dysfunctions. Any discomfort caused by overmasturbation tends to be temporary and can be resolved by simply reducing the frequency of the activity. The physical body is resilient and tissues recover when given time, meaning long-term effects are not typically an issue. Conclusion: unless excessive masturbation is part of a broader compulsive behavior pattern, that said, while there are no permanent physical risks associated with masturbation, overindulgence can lead to temporary physical consequences. As previously mentioned, excessive self-stimulation can result in physical exhaustion and even a decrease in the sensations of relief or pleasure over time. When individuals rely too heavily on masturbation as a form of emotional or physical escape, the ACT may lose its effectiveness, leading to frustration and diminished satisfaction. In these cases, the body may become desensitized, requiring more intense stimulation to achieve the same level of pleasure, which can lead to feelings of dissatisfaction and fatigue. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. In contrast, when practiced in moderation, masturbation can be an extremely beneficial activity for both physical and emotional health. In old age, physically, it helps maintain healthy circulation and elasticity of the general tissues, which is particularly important for older adults as blood flow and tissue health naturally decline with age. Masturbation helps keep the genital tissues active, which can prevent atrophy and ensure that the body remains responsive. Physical stimulation in this way. Masturbation serves as a means of maintaining sexual health, helping older adults stay connected to their bodies, and enhancing overall physical well-being. Emotionally, masturbation provides an important outlet for relieving stress, anxiety, and tension. It offers a form of comfort and relaxation, helping individuals navigate the emotional challenges that often accompany aging, such as loneliness or grief in moments of emotional stress. Self-pleasure can act as a soothing bowl, offering relief without the need for external validation or reliance on others. The release of endorphins during masturbation contributes to an elevated mood and a general sense of well-being, which can be particularly valuable for individuals facing the unique emotional struggles of growing older. However, just as with any other activity, balance is essential. Masturbation in old age should be seen as part of a broader framework of self-care, rather than the sole method of managing stress or finding pleasure. And when masturbation becomes a daily routine that interferes with other important aspects of life, such as maintaining social connections, engaging in physical exercise, or pursuing meaningful activities, it may be time to reflect on the reasons behind the compulsion. If self-stimulation begins to overshadow other sources of emotional and physical fulfillment, it can become detrimental to overall well-being. In cases where masturbation starts to interfere with daily life, it is essential to explore healthier outlets for emotional and physical needs. For instance, connecting with friends, family, or a support group can provide emotional nourishment that masturbation cannot. Likewise, engaging in activities like walking, yoga, or meditation can help manage stress and maintain physical vitality without relying solely on self-stimulation. The key is to find a balance that allows masturbation to serve its positive role without becoming a crutch or substitute for other forms of fulfillment. As we wrap up, it's important to reflect on everything we've discussed today. Masturbation in old age, when practiced in moderation, can offer both physical and emotional benefits, but balance is key to ensuring it remains a healthy part of life. So what have you learned so far? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Please comment below with one thing you've learned from this video and how you plan to apply it in your life. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel show. Support helps us continue bringing valuable content to you.